Hi, everybody. In this week's Parsha of Noach, we are introduced for the first time to this man called Noach, and the Torah describes him as an Ish Tzaddik, a righteous person. But towards the end of the Parsha, the Torah changes its description a little bit and calls him Ish Adama, a man of the earth. Does that progression, does that change mean anything? Rabbi Meir Simcha of Dvinsk, in his commentary, the Meshech Chochmah, thinks that it does, and compares the Torah's descriptions of Noach to the Torah's descriptions of Moshe Rabbeinu, who at the beginning of his life is called by the Torah Ish Mitzri, an Egyptian man. But towards the end of his life, the Torah calls him Ish Elokim, a man of God. The Meshech Chochmah compares these two interpretations and says the following. In the beginning of his life, Noach was a man who, while called righteous, was righteous but kept to himself. He made no efforts to change the environment around him. And perhaps that's the way for a righteous man to behave, one might think. You're so into your own development that you sometimes have to pull back. Maybe that's what Ish Tzaddik has to do. But towards the end of his life, the Torah says, no. At the end of his life, look what that retreat, look what that insulation caused him to be. Ish Adama is a diminishment of one's growth. It's not a progression. Whereas Moshe Rabbeinu began as an Ish Mitzri. That was his description. But his life was dedicated to the community, was dedicated to the Jewish people. And through that dedication, through that involvement, he grew and grew and grew so that at the end of his life, he became Ish Elohim. And perhaps that's the message according to the Meshech Chochmah. Our involvement in the community is one of the keys that pushes us, propels us to greatness, to deepen our understanding of our relationship to God and to our fellow man. And that is something that comes from this Parsha of Noah. May we all have the strength to develop all the relationships we need. That's a Torah thought. It only takes a minute. Shabbat Shalom.